Artists, today we are going to be working on a blended candy cane. You'll see that I have drawn the candy cane onto some thinner white paper. When you are drawing your candy cane, remember to use curved lines because candy canes are round. The easiest way to do it is to draw a letter J and then to go around your letter J with a curved line, go back in and erase that original J. That's the easiest way to make that candy cane shape. Then when you divide your candy cane up, we divide it up with curved lines. The next step is to use a white oil pastel and do a line right down the center of your candy cane. Now sometimes oil pastels can be really messy when they're out of a bin. If you're going to be cutting this paper out, you can use the edges as scrap paper. You're going to want to clean this. If you're not going to cut your candy cane out, use a different scrap piece of paper. So the easiest way to clean it is to just run the edge of the oil pastel on the paper and you'll see that it's starting to clean those edges. It's just going to help you prevent from getting any other colors that you don't want onto your candy cane. And so we are going to put a white line right down the center of our candy cane. The next step is to color side to side to make it a little bit wider. So I'm going right down the middle, side to side, to make it a little bit wider. Now we're going to add our darker colors on either side of the white, and just like a candy cane, we can alternate colors. So I'm going to clean the green off a little bit. One thing to pay attention to is we do not want to color up and down. We want to color side to side to help this look round. Now if you are going to be cutting this candy cane out, you can go right outside your lines since we're going to be cutting it out. If you are not going to be cutting your candy cane out, you're going to want to make sure that you don't go outside of the lines. So we are going to alternate our colors just like the candy cane. Clean your colors if you need to, but we are doing our darker colors on either side of our white. And I'm going to pause and catch up. You can already see that you're starting to see that three-dimensional depth with our white in the center, but we have one final step. We can find some lighter colors, so a lighter color of red would be pink, and I could maybe find a lighter green. And we're going to go back in and add those lighter colors, and we can even add the white even more to blend for a more gradual value. So I'm going to clean that green a little bit. So we can go ahead and blend some of those lighter values right in here on the edges a little bit, and we can even go back in with our white and blend them even more. We can add that white right in the center. We can blend it out. And that's going to help us create that depth. So for the red, I could add some pink. I could add more white. There's a little bit of green on there, so I'm going to want to clean that off. Go. Gonna add more white right down the middle. Can add more white on the edges. And we're going to start blending those colors in a little bit more to create that depth. So we're going to do that through the whole thing. Once you're done blending, you can carefully try to shake off all of your extra oil pastel pieces. This is going to be pretty messy on your fingers, so just be careful that you don't blend your colors. Once you cut this out, if you went outside of the lines, you'll be able to see a more perfect candy cane shape. If you do have a lot of those oil pastel shavings, just make sure that they get shaken into the trash otherwise they will leave quite a mess. And you can put your candy cane on a separate sheet of paper to make it kind of pop a little bit more. Those will smear though, so if you are going to glue, just make sure that you're not rubbing the front of the project with your hands too much because it will smear. But you don't want to do heavy dots of glue because you don't want your paper to curl, so just a few light dots of glue. And you're going to want to mount it on the paper, but like I said, you don't really want to have to rub the front too much because then those colors will blend. So just kind of press and hold to secure your candy cane to the base. And you have just blended some oil pastels to create a three-dimensional candy cane.